Hey guys, I am here today with Oloni.
Hey.
Oloni is a sex and relationships blogger and just all-round entrepreneur, amazing woman.
So kind.
Yeah. We met because we were both selected for the BBC 100 Women and we were like the girls' champions. And then we were also both up for the Cosmopolitan Influencer Award, Sex and Relationships.
Yes.
Which I won this year she won the year before.
I won last year.
So because I have Oloni here and she talks all about sex and all of that good stuff, I thought we would do a special advice Q&A thing all about sex and relationships. Tips on keeping the sexual aspect of your long-term relationship alive while being long distance for months on end. Skype sex.
It is the best. It is the best.
Like,
FaceTime, listen, just whip out.
just like take advantage of like digital tools, like really do. Like if you were having this relationship 20-30 years ago, you'd have to write letters
honestly
to each other. I guess it doesn't just have to be like full on Skype sex and like masturbating on camera to each other or whatever you want to do, but the teasing element of like, yes, it hurts not being able to see that person, but you can like play on that as well.
Of course, no, definitely. I think just like you said, being able to tease, sexting, phone sex, I think using your imagination, you know, what are you wearing? It sounds cheesy, a bit cliche, but sometimes it can be a turn on. And don't think of it as long distance as well. You must always remember that, you know, eventually there's a goal, so you will end up seeing each other very soon. So still try and keep things hot and alive. Definitely, as we mentioned, you know, video sex and whatnot. But just always remember that there are still different ways that you can always keep each other like hot and I don't know, just flustered. Do you know another thing? I'll be very honest as well. It depends on how you are. I think like sending each other like hot scenes, it doesn't even have to be of each other. Like maybe sending a gift to your boyfriend and be like, when I see you, I'm going to do this to you. So I think that is really hot and steamy. I do that.
Yeah. Getting like, inspiration from elsewhere.
Exactly. That is a good one.
You're like, this is what I'm going to do to you.
Exactly. So I think that's a good one. So this one says, is it normal that I can only come through oral, and how can I come through penetration?
Firstly, normal.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It is very normal though that you get into a routine and your body like remembers what it can come from, and then it makes it more difficult to be able to come through other things.
That is so true. I don't know. I feel like it's all about learning what your body likes and what it enjoys. I think when it comes to even just masturbating, you have to go through a journey with your body and understand what it likes. And like Hannah said, it is really, really normal. Although I feel like there are different ways that each woman can come. And as long as you know what way it is, like, what does it really matter? As long as you're getting that big, I don't know.
Also, coming through penetration alone is like not something that happens for most women.
Exactly. It's just clicked for me.
I don't know the answer to this one.
What's that one?
Maybe you do. How do you improve your gag reflex?
Ooh, your gag reflex. I think just practicing.
Really?
Practicing,
I feel like I just have a gag reflex. That is my limit.
I think you have to literally practice bit by bit. You have to train yourself.
Stretching. It's just stretching.
You have to train yourself. I don't know. Do you what's your limit? Go on, Hannah.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Go on, Hannah.
Let me demonstrate. I've never thought of something as a gag reflex as like something that you can change.
Yeah.
I just always assumed that everyone just like had their limit and then that was it. But maybe it is something you can change. I don't know.
I've seen some people do some wild things with bananas just for like just for showing, you know, how far they can go. But I feel like some people just have to practice.
I guess it's getting used to it. So if you like just push it a little bit further each time, you know you're not actually going to throw up. It can also be like a really fun thing that you do with your partner. Like, let's try and see how far we can go. And that can be like a fun thing that you do together.
But be careful and make sure you haven't eaten.
If you have something in your mouth, it might be more difficult to communicate, like stop or slow down or whatever. So it's a good thing to use like
a safe word or something.
You can't do
or a safe action.
Yeah, like a click or a clap or something.
Like tap out.
Yeah.
Tap out.
Just tap out.
Exactly.
Tap out of the blowjob, like I'm tapping out.
I always have to initiate sex with my partner, sometimes to the point where I have to beg him to have sex because it's been weeks. What should I do about his lack of interest?
First of all,
get a toy.
Just ignore him, just deal with yourself. First of all, you shouldn't force anyone to have sex with you. That's not okay. And secondly, like I'm sorry that yours and your partner's sex drives aren't quite the same. Maybe that's something you should talk about. I feel like people put sex second often in relationships, or like not as important as other things. And I feel like if sex is important to you in a relationship, then it's totally valid for you to bring that up as like an issue or like something that you need out of a partner.
Yeah. If your libido doesn't match and you feel like this is something you have to talk about, do it. Especially if sex, like you mentioned, is a big factor to you. There's so many relationships out there where sex isn't really a big thing and people compromise on sex. But if you're like, do you know what? I really do need to be intimate with my partner right now. Have a conversation with him. Like, let him know how it's affecting you. You have to be so vocal about this. I feel like some people are afraid to talk to their partners about these things. And I don't know why, because you're in a relationship with them.
I know.
They should be the person
that you can say anything to.
Anything to.
But also, like, if he doesn't listen, maybe reevaluate the relationship itself. Because, like, obviously people with different levels of libido can have successful relationships, and your libido levels will like change throughout your life anyway. Like, you can go through like phases and stuff, but it is good to at least have a general understanding between each other of like how much sex you would like in a relationship. It's good to kind of like have that conversation of like, in an ideal situation, how much sex would you like to be having in this relationship? That's a great question to like start with asking.
It is. There's nothing wrong with it as well, and especially if it's important to you as well. If you know that you're not willing to compromise on this, it might be time for you to kind of check out. And there's nothing wrong with it. Like, as long as you know what you want, you can carry this experience and say, well, I know what I want next time. I know that I need to be with a guy whose libido matches mine. And like, as you mentioned, like, everybody's sex drive changes throughout time. Like, it's not unheard of. So, and you just have like I said, I mean, if a conversation doesn't work, because there might be something going on with him. He might be stressed from work. This might just be his period where his libido just doesn't match yours. So before you do check out, do have a proper conversation with him.
Yeah. Well, this is an interesting question.
Okay.
How to overcome the fear when you're young that if you pick one person, you're missing out on other different experiences?
Ooh. When you're with someone, you shouldn't care about other experiences. You should feel lucky, basically. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found this great guy. Like, I don't care what else is out there. But at the same time, I understand, like, oh my gosh, like...
Yeah. I think if you're maybe on the verge of getting with someone and you're like, oh, do I want to be with this person or do I want to experience, like, infinite possibilities? I feel like if you are having that debate in your head and you're like worrying about that, then maybe you aren't ready to commit to one person.
Exactly.
Because you're already like
thinking about it. Yeah, you're second guessing.
And then you might end up resenting that person for not allowing you to have these other experiences.
I mean, it all boils down to choice. Like, at the end of the day, I feel like once you find a connection with someone and you click, especially if you're into monogamy, you're not going to care about what else is out there because you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found this one person. Like, I don't really care about other experiences. This is my experience. So. And
also, you said in your tweet that you're young. So maybe you kind of have a relationship with one person right now and then that ends and then you experience a different kind of relationship and then you're single for a bit. Like, there's so much to experience. Yeah. And I wouldn't worry.
I recently got into a relationship I really like. My partner, during sex, he's quite rough when he's fingering me. He's made me bleed a couple times. How do I tell him to stop without making things awkward? My darling.
You're bleeding. Does he notice that you're bleeding? Has that been addressed?
It shouldn't be awkward. It's your body. Don't put his feelings before your own health. Yeah. Your emotions. So you need to talk to him.
Yeah. And also I feel like people get scared that they're going to hurt someone's feelings when they say stuff. But like every time this has happened to me and I communicate something that I want that maybe isn't what they're doing, they're always so grateful. Yeah. They're like, yes, this is great. Because then they have the tools in order to please you. And that's ultimately what a partner should want.
And hopefully you're not with someone who has too much pride and already thinks that they know what they're doing. Because I feel like there are some guys who are just like, no, I've been with lots of girls, I know what I'm doing, but they really don't. They're just like... And it's just like... It's so important to literally address something as serious as bleeding, especially when you're not on your period. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with saying, ooh, I don't really like it like that. Can you do it like this?
Use positive words instead of negative words. So, like, rather than, like, don't do it like this. Yeah. Use phrases that are more like, I would like it like
that,
this.
exactly. I think it was on Twitter. Someone said, do you give your partners like feedback after sex? And I was just like, hell yeah.
This session was an 8 out of 10. Here is how we can improve.
I know, it's like you were in the bedroom, because that's exactly how it goes sometimes.
No, I'm the same with the feedback. It can be like, it was really good when we did this. That was really great. Or like, we should work on that.
Yeah.
That has potential.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you're comfortable enough to have sex with someone, you should be comfortable enough to talk to them. It's literally that simple. So, yeah.
And I think we should leave it there.
Yeah.
That was great. Thanks so much, Oloni,
Thank
for
you
being
for
on my
having
channel.
me.
Thanks. You should check her out on Twitter. It's just at Oloni.
Yes.
And your website is?
simplyoloni.com. You can also... if you want to, you can go on my YouTube channel as well, which is The Oloni Show. But yeah.
I will link it all below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let us know in the comments what advice you would give, or if you need any advice on other things, you can ask it below, and I will be in the comments for a little bit chatting away. All right, bye.
Bye.